Okay, so I'm just running through a little um, thing here about that shows you how I've got my Conda set up here. And so I've got mini Conda installed, and so I've got it so that the default when I put up a new terminal window is base. You may not have that. In fact, you may have, if you say Conda and then deactivate, that'll bring you back so that you don't have anything there. So otherwise you could say Conda activate and then either base or in this case I've set up a new environment Math350 M350 for the stuff we're doing in class. Okay, and so you can see here with the Math350 onto the side that we're in this environment now, and so that's nice. Well, if we need to bring in different packages, you can bring it into this environment, and so that way when you're finished with the class you can just delete uh, this whole installation, and it won't mess with anything else that you have. Okay, and so here I would go ahead and use the IDE of Spyder. So if you already have your own um, uh, package for developing Python, that's fine. In this case, if you don't, you can use pip to install it. So pip install Python. I've already done this a couple of times, but whoops, I didn't want to install Python anyway. I wanted to install Spyder. And of course here you see that everything has already been satisfied, so there's nothing to install. But now if I say Spyder in my Python thing, the Spyder screen will come up. And this is kind of nice because we've got these three windows here. You've got a window here um, that you can type in your script file. And then this window over here is to show what variables you have active. And down here you can type in commands live. So this is like, if you're familiar with the Matlab environment, then down here this is like the command window. So this window down here is the command. It's called the console here. Up here is the variable explorer. Um, and we do have that on the left hand side, I think, on Matlab. I'll have to check, but yeah, there's a place where you can see what variables you have active. And over here is just your editor, right? You can actually use any text editor to do some editing here. And so these are some examples from the statistics question in our book. And so this is some sample commands that were being used. Notice that in order to use this command from the textbook, that was from, let's see if I can find it real quick. That was from page 13, right here. Let's zoom in. Oops. Yeah, so I'm zooming into this area here, and so I'm writing down this example in Python. So in Spyder, I just typed it in, and now I want to run that. So I could run it one of two ways. I could just run this as a script file here. So I'll just go ahead and run it. And you see here that we have our variables written there. And then down here we just ran our file. Okay. So for example, if you're looking to see what your constants are here, I made a note about this in the notes. So in particular, what is the shape of the row mean and column mean that we get from Python? So here, we are looking at the shape of R and C, and actually G is the grand mean, so that should be just an integer. Well, not an integer, but a single number. So it's a floating number. Um, but R and C are actually just kind of lists of elements here, right? So there's 3 elements here and 2 elements here. So if you want it to actually be a column vector or a row vector, you have to attach a new axis to it. And so that's what's happening here when we say R equals R with a new axis and C is this. Let me show you what I mean by that. So here we'll just go ahead and type in R equals R and then np dot new axis. and then the semicolon or the colon will be where the elements are going to be going. So if I type this in here, watch what happens up here. Good. And now we've turned it into a 1 by 3 vector instead of a 3-element set there, right? And so for the C, we want that to be a column, right? So for C, we would type C as colon, comma, new axis. Okay, and so let's see if that works. We've got our C right here. Oops. Did I not? Oh, np dot new axis, sorry. Got too many languages I'm trying to keep track of. There we go. Good. And so now you see that C is actually a column vector, right? A 2 by 1 column vector. Good. So then finally, once you get that, now we should be able to, if we take like B is equal to A minus R minus C minus G, plus G, we can see what kind of a matrix we get. What kind of a matrix is it? Oh, that's interesting. Our matrix ends up being 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that's definitely got 0 in each dimension. But okay, so that's just a little bit of Python using Spyder, and then how we implement some of this code that we have in our notes. Good. So I will try to do the same thing in a Windows environment. I just need to find a Windows machine that I can do this to. So that shouldn't take me too long. Okay. If you have questions about how to use Spyder or Python, let me know, and I can at least direct you somewhere that'll show you how it's done. Good. All right.